Hello, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we are going to make a quick and easy fun fold Shadowbox card. I think you're going to love this card. I think so I'm sending out the project sheet tomorrow, and if you just have the project sheet, I feel like the directions make it seem more complicated than it is because it's actually super easy. So I'm really excited to share this with you tonight. If you are here and watching live, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're stamping along with me tonight or if you're just watching. If you're watching the replay, special welcome to you as well. I'm so glad that you guys come later and watch the replays. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you watch the replay. Hello, Carol Sue. Welcome. Are you stamping tonight, Carol? Let me know. All right. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and I help people reconnect with their inner artist by providing lots of tips, tricks, and inspiration to help you create beautiful handmade cards and gifts that are going to amaze your friends and relatives using just stamps, ink, and paper. And if this is your first time here and you haven't already, or maybe it's not your first time and you just haven't already, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube so that you always know when I go live and you can come back and see us again. All right, I'm going to make my my workspace a little bit bigger. It looks like everybody is chiming in. Karen, hello, you're just watching. Carol Sue, you're stamping along tonight. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Jill and Wendy and Janet. Janet, you're stamping with me tonight too. Hello, Heather. Oh, I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm glad y'all are hanging out with me tonight. Oops, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. All right. So to make my card, I'm using the Submarine Life stamp set tonight. I have not used this at all yet, so I pulled it out tonight. I thought this would be a fun card to try it out with. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about the pieces of paper that you have in front of you. So you should have a piece of 4" by 4" white or vanilla cardstock. You should have a piece of designer series paper that is 1" by 4". You should have that same pattern in a 4" by 4 piece. You should have 2 of the same pattern in 4" by 4 pieces. So 2 4" by 4 pieces of that. You need a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 10 1/4. All right. And all those dimensions are in the description to the video. I'm also going to be sending out a project sheet tomorrow in my email. So make sure you're on my email list so you can get that. I'm going to send it tomorrow and I'm going to send it next week as well if you're watching the replay. So all right, we are going to start by doing some scoring. So either grab your paper trimmer with the scoring blade or grab your scoreboard, whichever one you prefer to use. And we're going to just make some score lines in this so that we can fold it. So I'm taking that 4 1/4" by 10 1/4" piece of cardstock, and I'm going to score it at 1/2, right? So I'm going to score this at 1/2, and then I'm going to slide it over, and I'm going to score it at 4 3/4. All right, so the second score line is at 4 3/4. We scored it at 1/2 and then at 4 3/4. Now I need to swing open this arm over here, which is why I love the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, because it has the swing out arm so that you can measure all the way up to like 17 inches over here, which is amazing. All right, so I already scored it at 1/2 inch and 4 3/4 inches. Now I'm going to score it at 6 inch. So I guess I didn't quite have to open it yet, but we're going to have to open it. So I opened it. So 6 inches. And then finally, you know what? Did I cut this too short? Well, Scooby-Doo. Zut alors. I was supposed to, the large piece of cardstock should be 4 1/4 by 10 3/4. So we're going to do that again. Sorry about that. When I pulled up the dimensions, I pulled up the wrong dimensions. So I'm just going to grab another piece of Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. And then we're going to cut it the right size. So it's going to be 10 3/4. So I'll slide this over to the 10 3/4 mark, and I'm just going to zip off a little quarter. Now let's try those score marks again. All right. So this way, if you missed them, you're going to catch them all again. So I'm going to start at 1/2 inch. We're going to score this at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to move it over to 4 3/4. All right, so 1/2 inch, 4 3/4, 6 inches. And then finally, the last score mark is going to be at 10 1/4. All right. So we have scored this at, I hope this is right. All right. We have scored this at 1/2 inch, at 4 3/4 inches, at 6 inches, and at 10 1/4 inches. So we have 4 score marks on there, and we're going to fold these all the same direction. So I'm going to use my bone folder to get some nice folds on here. We'll just fold it and then burnish it with the bone folder. And I'm just folding these all like the same way, right? And you can unfold them as you go, because clearly you're not going to be able to keep them all folded inwards at the same time, but the folds all go the same direction. So when you get done, you have a piece that looks kind of like this. All right. There's our piece. We got some little tabbies down here. And now we're going to go ahead, and this spot right here, I am going to adhere one of my pieces of pattern paper. Now I want to use my coordinating pattern paper. This is the one that has the piece that is the little shorty piece. So I'm going to use this one. All right. And I'm going to adhere this. When I adhere this, I am only going to put adhesive around the outside. And you're going to see why this is. Now, you don't have to do this. You could put adhesive all over the whole thing. But you're going to see what little trick this is by just putting the adhesive around the edges. And then this is going to go in here. Now, if you have an up and down, a right side to this paper, this is going to be inside. All right. So it's going to have a little tab at the bottom, and it's going to be upwards like this. All right. So we want it this direction. All right. Now we need to do just a little bit of cutting. You could possibly do this with like a circle punch, but I'll show you why I don't like the circle punch. The problem with the circle punch is that it doesn't quite go over far enough. You can't get in the center of the piece of paper. So if you're okay with that, and you could definitely make something cute that's off center, you can definitely do that. I am going to go ahead and grab my Stylish Shapes dies, which are pretty much my favorite dies. I'm going to use the biggest circle for this. And I'm going to grab my cutting plates. So of course we have a number 1 plate, a number 2 plate, my well-used number 3 plate. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to put my circle die right in the center of this. Now, when I am putting down dies and I want them to stay put, I just use a sticky note. So put a little sticky note on there. I just get them like in bulk. Like, I don't get the expensive sticky notes for this, right? Like, you know how like there's the good sticky notes, the ones that work well, the Post-it notes, right? And then there's the sticky notes that don't cost as much and maybe aren't quite as sticky, don't work as well. But for this, they're great and they save you money. So, all right, I'm going to put my other number 3 plate on here, and I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss machine. So we're just going to cut that. There we go. Pull that out. All right. So now from this, I'm going to pull off my sticky note carefully. And then this, we have a circle. Now, because I didn't put adhesive in the center there, I have 2 circles. So I can use one of these if I want, which I'm planning to use it. So like I said, that's kind of an optional thing, but I like it. All right, so now we have this on the front. What we're going to do, we're going to flip this over, okay? We have this flipped over. We can't see our pattern paper anymore. And over here, we are going to put one of our other pieces of pattern paper. Now, if this needs to be a certain direction, it needs to have an up to it, it's now going to go this way, all right? Because this is going to fold over like that, and you're going to see through it, all right? So if it has an up direction, you want it this direction. I hope that makes sense. So it's like this, and this is the up. Mine, this doesn't really have a direction. It's kind of non-directional. But I'm going to put this right here. Now, this paper is the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. It is from the annual catalog. So I haven't used this in quite a while. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, what paper could I use that is a water paper, watery looking paper? And I thought first of the, what is it, the Gone Fishing or whatever, the fishing paper that we have, which is nice, but it's very like, I don't know what I want to say. It's like rustic and muted. And this set to me says fun and bright. So I grabbed the Bright and Beautiful paper, which I think is just that. It is bright and beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ah, already so good. All right, let's put this together. Now, for this next step, I like to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, but you definitely could still use the green glue. But I like it to give it a really good hold. And so I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'm just going to put some adhesive down here on this end. Then I'm going to grab, so this is the end that's on the inside, right? And I'm going to grab that piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch paper. And this, I want to adhere this strip right up here at the top with this fold lined up flush with the top of my cardstock. So I like to come in here and just kind of hold this down and line up my folds. Line up my paper edges and get that, come here, there we go, and get that stuck on there, all right? So that's going to be inside there. There we go, just like that. So we kind of just made our paper longer. Now to do the inside, so now we need to adhere this little strip as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more Stampin' Seal Plus right on this piece of blue. Now we're right below that paper where you cut the circle out, okay? So that piece is showing, and we have this little flap down here, and we're going to put some adhesive on there. Now I'm just putting more just for the fun of it. And here's the secret, okay? So you have it like this. Take your card and close the back. Boom. Okay, just close it just like that. Give it a good smush. And now when we open it, it's going to create our shadow box. Isn't that fun? And now it's really just decorating it mostly. So there we go. Let me show you where to put the other couple pieces of pattern paper. So I'm going to take that other 4 by 4 piece and I'm going to put it over here on the front of my card. Now, if you missed how to put that together, what you can do is after this video is all done, you can go ahead and rewatch it and stop it where you need to, right? If that was a little too fast for you, I tried to go slow, but I know sometimes it's kind of hard the first time you're seeing it. So there we go. We're going to adhere that one. And then I'm going to take this little strip and we're going to just put this down here. And then we're going to have some fun stamping and finishing this up. So there we go. We have this little 1 by 4. And there's the front and then the inside of our card. And you can see, if you can see those 2 little flaps that are in there and glued down. All right. So now this is where I use this other circle. I like to grab this other circle. I could either use this blue one or I could choose to use the wavy one. I don't know. I'm gonna wait a minute. We're gonna like think about that for a second. I think I'm gonna use the blue, but I might change my mind. So let's do a little bit of stamping. See what I like. I'm gonna grab some white. I'm gonna grab the submarine. It's gonna be yellow because that's what color submarines are supposed to be. All right, and I gotta look at my punch. All right, so here's my punch. So it is that direction. I just want to make sure. I might have a hair in my punch. All right, in my stamp. Let's see. All right, there's our yellow submarine. Now, I didn't make a want to say, like a little template for this. So I'm just going to cut it and then we're going to stamp again for the other pieces. We're going to stamp out our submarine. There we go. Punch that out. And now I'm going to come in and I am going to stamp the other pieces with some pebbled path. I like the pebbled path. So I'm going to stamp this over here. And then I'm going to stamp this one over here. I know that's backwards than what it is, but I think it's going to work well. Let's see. Come in here this way. All right. So there's its little periscope. Hello, Nell and Jennifer and I. All right. So now I'm going to cut out the, I don't know what this part's called. The motor, the fins. I am clearly not a boater. All right. There's my little piece for that. And let's cut out the periscope. I think that's what it's called. We're going to punch that out. There we go. There's our little submarine. Oh, it's so cute. It's just so cute. I'm going to put this here. That's going to go there. This is going to go up here. Ooh, so adorable. All right. Let's glue this together. The rotor. Propeller. All right. Is it a rotor or a propeller? I will accept either of those. I feel like it should be on top of a hat. Wouldn't that be cute if we had a little like hat and you could do it in colors and you could put it on the top? All right, my green glue is being grumpy. It is being grumpy. Oh, Julie says propeller too. All right. Come on. I feel like it is stuck in there. I'm going to give this a good. There we go. All right. We'll put that on the back of our little submarine, and we're going to put just a little bit of adhesive up here. Put this like that. Come here. There we go. I feel like that looks like a shower. All right, let's give that a second to dry. Oh, it's like more stuck to my glass mat than it is stuck to my submarine. All right, I'm going to set that over there. I'm going to try to wipe off my glass mat before it gets too gunky. I'm just putting some hand sanitizer on it, getting that, getting the glue off it. Hand sanitizer works well for the glue. And then actually I'm going to grab, this is closest to me, I'm going to grab one of my lens wipes and we'll just wipe this off. I love how easy it is to clean up this glass mat. It is awesome. All right, wipe that off. There we go. Now I'm thinking what I want to do, I think I want the blue because we're going to put this in here and I'm going to stamp some things on here. Maybe I made and cut out some little like sandy bottom things. Maybe I'll put that on the bottom of this little piece of blue. Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's. Actually, I'm going to put this on first. I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all, we've gotten to the portion of tonight's live where I don't actually know what I'm doing. I have not made this. I did not pre-plan it. I mean, I pre-planned a little bit. Like I knew what stamps I was using and I stamped a couple pieces, but I thought about it. But that's it. All right, we'll let that dry a little bit. I got more glue. More glue. Wipe that off. All right. I'm just going to trim this up. We're going to end up with glue on my scissors, but that's okay. It's what hand sanitizer and alcohol wipes are for. Oh, that was not down as far as I wanted. I don't want any of that white showing. I'm going to slide it just a little bit more if we can. Let's slide. Maybe. Let's see. Now let's try that again. Let's see if we got most of that white off there. Or if we just slid it the wrong way. No, we did. There we go. All right. Y'all, this is where you get to see my brain in action as I talk basically to myself. This is kind of what my life looks like. All right, I'm gonna wipe off my scissors. This alcohol wipe is super handy. Wipe those scissors off. Try not to stab myself. And now I'm gonna add some fish. I'm gonna add some of those fishes. I got a couple different fishes. I got some big fishes and there's some teeny tiny fishes. Here's some teeny tiny fishes. And I'm gonna stamp these just in Azure Afternoon to match. You never gave this set a thought? Oh, I thought it was so cute. I don't know why. I love like the super cute ones. All right. Let's stamp some fishes. These fishes only go this way because they have mouths. These look like goldfishes, like the snack. The snack that smiles back. All right, I'm going to add some little fishes too. There we go. So just adding some fish on there. So much fun. This is going to go up here. I'm going to stamp a sentiment. So I'm going to grab a little scrap here. And I have a little tiny sentiment that says hello right here. I'm going to stamp that in Azure Afternoon as well. You're watching from Belize. I want to be in Belize. That sounds fabulous. All right, so we're going to stamp that little hello. And I'm going to cut this out with my scissors. There we go. And cut this way. Let's turn just a little bit over here too. All right. So I think I'm going to put this up here. And we're going to put our submarine over here. So cute. Now, do we want to add a little bit of seaweed? I don't think so. We're going to use seaweed on the inside. I think I'm going to leave it off the outside. So there we go. There's our little, well, I have to glue it down. Oh, wait, it's not in the camera. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my goodness. All right, let's glue this down. And then we can do the inside. This card doesn't take long to put together, but then decorating, I feel like I don't know, like there's so many places to decorate and make look cute. All right, there we go. And grab my dimensionals. We're going to put some dimensionals on my little submarine. I want to grab some little. Will this fit a mini? Just barely. Can I put minis over here? Yes. And I just want to make sure that these pieces are well attached. All right. So there we go. Pull off the backs. And we'll put our submarine on here. And we're going to add some dimensionals to our little hello. Now, y'all, don't go anywhere because I do have other samples too. After I finish this one, I have 3 other samples to show you. So, all right. There's our little hello. All right, so there's the front of our card. Now we got to decorate the inside of our card. So I have some more pieces of ground that I think I'm going to use on this front here. I'm going to use this one. I have a couple. Let's use a couple of them on here. Shall we? We'll kind of like do that. Maybe. Maybe even we'll, I don't know. Maybe we'll use 3 of them. There's this one, and that one. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. All right. I'm going to lay this, kind of try to lay this flat so you can see it better. And let's see, I'm going to just put some over here. Try not to get it in the hole. Let's put this here so I can see where the other side is, maybe. There we go. Put this up here. I just always like it when it overlaps like the circle a little bit. And then let's maybe put that there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put some adhesive on the bottom of there. And our little, or some seaweed here. And then we're going to put another one like here. Perfect. All right. This is a cute card. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I don't know. All right. This is going to go here, I think is what I'm doing. And we'll trim the sides when I get done. And then this one will go here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So we'll get a nice, like, sandy bottom to our ocean. We got to stamp another. We have to stamp another submarine. All right. So here we go. This one's going to come in here. Just like that. Oh, I probably should have put down. I have some more seaweed pieces. And I stamped these. I did stamp these ahead of time. I stamped these in Lemon Lime Twist and some Lost Lagoon. And I wanted to get them all cut out, but I did not quite have time. So we're going to cut a couple more out. This is why I like the punch. I wish the punch had more pieces in it. But I guess they can't do that, right? That's why it's a punch and not dies. You don't get everything. And this actually, it's not too bad to cut out. So cut out some of these little seaweed pieces. There we go. Maybe we'll slide this in here. Oh yeah. We'll slide that one in there. That'd be good. And then we'll put another one. We'll put one of the Lost Lagoon pieces on top. Okay. So let's add a little adhesive there. I'm just working too far up tonight. All right, slide this in here. There we go. And then let's cut out this Lost Lagoon one too, and we'll add that to the front. Zoop, 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 cut around this. Try not to cut my finger off. Awesome. How is everybody doing with your card? I want to hear how your cards are coming along. If you're like already done because I'm taking way too long to decorate, or if you also are having lots of fun doing fun little decorations. So there is that. Oh yeah, we're gonna put that right there. Look at that. Get a nice scene here. And then we'll stamp our other submarine. There we go. Super cute. All right, let's stamp our other submarine. I'm going to set this aside for a minute and get me another piece of white. I'm going to stamp my submarine in yellow again because that's what I like. I like yellow submarines. Where's my submarine? Here it is. I'm using Lemon Lolly. This is the yellow that's in this designer series paper. I think if I was actually stamping the submarine, I feel like it should be darker. This yellow is very, very light. It's very bright. It's pretty, but it's kind of light. All right, so we'll punch this out. Punch out our submarine again. I should have just done 2 of these when I was doing it last time. There we go. And we'll stamp our little propeller and our periscope. Our propeller over here and our periscope over here. We'll punch these out too. We're getting there. We are getting there. We're going to be done really soon. So, all right, let's punch this one over here. There's that. We'll punch our periscope. That lined up. There we go. Punch that out. Glue these together. Make a mess again. Should grab. Well, no, it's actually easier, I think, to clean up my glass mat than the silicone craft sheet. So, all right. Try to put a little bit of adhesive on here. We'll put a little bit of adhesive on here. Ooh, too much. Can already tell that's going to be too much. All right, let's pick this up and do this. Come here, you. Okay. I probably should just use tape. Sometimes with these little pieces, it's like, oh, I'm just going to tape it. It's easier. Less messy. Now it's sticking to my fingers. All right, there we go. Turn that over, let it dry. Grab some hand sanitizer. Get the sticky off my fingers. Tell you, hand sanitizer is so good. All right, now you should have, with your stuff, if you haven't already, you should have another piece of some basic white or vanilla, depending on what you chose. This is going to go in right here to put your message on, to write on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the other part of my message, which I know I got out. I thought I got out. Where'd it go? Maybe it's over here. Oh, here it is. Which just says floating by just to say hi, which I think is cute. Find my Azure Afternoon stamp or a mini glue dot. Yeah, that would be good too. All right, so I'm going to stamp this on here. I'm going to add some water. There is like a water stamp, so I think I'm going to put that here. And then I'm going to add a little crab in some berry burst. Just for more fun. Where is my little crab? Here he is. He's snorkeling. So there we have a little crab who is snorkeling under the water. Well, let's put these pieces together. This is going to go in on the bottom here. Put some green glue on that, and then we got to grab some dimensionals because that little submarine definitely needs to go on with some dimensionals. There we go. I'm going to trim this up just like that. So it's not sticking off the edge. We're going to grab some dimensionals for this. My dimensionals are nearly all gone again. Well, not gone, but they're just, this sheet is about used up. That's okay. We'll just cut it apart. Just cut, cut, cut. Here, these. Again, I'm going to come in with some minis for the propeller and the periscope. Just because those little pieces, I always worry about them getting bashed. All right, and this is going to go inside my card, in that hole, because we got to put something in there. All those little backs off. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you hold your card up so you really see where it needs to go. And then you can come in and just kind of, pop this in here. however you want it. I'm just going to put it like that. Isn't that cute? And there's our little Shadowbox card. So the front is just like that, and you open it up, and then, of course, you put it up on your mantle so you can really, have it open and see inside your little Shadowbox there. Oh, so much fun. Let me show you my other samples because I have 3 other samples. Just clean off my desk a little bit. All right. The first one uses the Perennial Lavender Suite. So we have the Perennial Lavender paper. Thank you, Nell. I'm so glad you like it. And Julie, there we go. And some lavender field on there. And then that opens up and we have a butterfly in there that says, "You're simply marvelous." Isn't that fun? Oh, so much fun. All right. So that's card number 2. And these have been like laying on my desk closed for a long time. So they really kind of want to stay closed, but you just give them a good fold and then they stand back up. All right. Then we have another Valentine's card because I just, y'all, I love this set. I love these bees just so much. You'll always be the one for me. And then of course on the inside, we have a little bee that says "Be Mine." So I use the winky bee because I thought that's what you got to do with puns. You got to have a winky bee. So there we go. There's that one. And this one, I just added like a strip with the sentiment on it. So there's that one. And then the last one, I used the cutest cows that we used last Thursday. This time I didn't stamp the cows. I just punched them out of pattern paper. And then there's little stamps to punch the eyes and the snout mouth thing. And then I punched different pieces and glued them together. So it says, "Holy cow." This is the Sunny Days paper. This is one of the free celebration items. And then it opens up and it says, "Holy cow, it's your special day. Milk it for all it's worth." Isn't that cute? And I got 2 little cows in there. Oh, they're so cute, the little cows. I think tonight was just a cute night, right? Except for the Perennial Lavender. They're all cute. So those are my cards for tonight with this super fun fold card that is easy. Like, see, it's easy. It's hard to explain, but once you know how to do it, simple, right? Not lots of weird cuts or anything. So like I said, though, the project sheet for this fold is with all the dimensions and everything is going to be in my email tomorrow, and it's going to be there next week. So if you're watching the replay and you're not on my email list yet, make sure you pop on so you can get it. And otherwise, oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. Thursday night, sadly, I am not going to be with you on Thursday night. I am headed out to Arizona this weekend, and I'm not going to be here on Thursday. And so I had thought about pre-making a video for you this week, and it didn't happen. So I'm just taking Thursday off, going out to Arizona, and then I'll be back next week, Tuesday, for Stamp With Me Tuesday. We are going to do mystery stamping next week. So I hope that you will come and join me next week, Tuesday, for some mystery stamping. And otherwise, y'all have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. I'll see you next week, Tuesday.